Welcome everyone into another Otago Vaults Career Mode episode. Today we're taking on Northern Districts in Auckland, but before that guys, we'll showcase how we've gone this past couple of games. Hasn't been too good of recent times. We were last here for when we got absolutely smoked by Northern Districts and lost Auckland by 3 wickets. It's another defeat in the one day cut, so it doesn't look like we're going to defend our title this season, with Wellington posting 302 for 8 off their 50 overs. Bental 104 off 88 was really good. Conway, Blundell, Denver and Neesham, they all useful contributions there and got them through to 302 for 8. Sorry, I'm looking at the F4 the wickets, what a muppet I am. Duffy 3 for 60. Fulcher, his development's coming on very nicely with his spin, 2 for 46. 1 for 58 for a deer. Everyone else had a reasonable tough day at the office. In response, we could only get to 263 with really Taylor 89 off 98. He was the glue of the innings for such a long time. 12 fours, 2 sixes. Had a bit of support from Markadeer, 45 or 37, 6 fours, 1 6. But there just wasn't enough support from Kelly to Allen. We needed someone getting a 30 or 40 there, and we would have been close. We didn't bat all our overs, which was pretty much a real problem. Bond 3 for 44. Johnson 2 for 38, 255 for Neesham. Ben Sears was really good there as well, but a disappointing defeat. The next game we took on Canterbury. We restricted Canterbury to 163 for 7. And the spinners, it was a spin track. Fulcher 2 for 27. And Bickerton, not a bad start on debut. 1 for 26. Adair was reasonably tidy, and so was Duffy. Cole McConchy for them, 61 or 47. He came in at a time when they were 59 for 5, so credit to him digging them out of a hole. They got out to a very quick start too. Williams got a bit of stick by Nichols. In response, 166 for 4. Aswood 48 off 24, 7 fours, 1 6. Cox 45 of 24, 3 fours, 4 sixes there, and it's a pretty good run chase from the lads, to say the least. Next game against Northern Districts was abandoned, 84 for 3 off their 7 overs. They absolutely took apart the bowling when they got back from the rain delay. Bickerton bowled really good in his over, 1 for 6 there, which is pleasing. And in the final game against Wellington, before we play the games today, 198 for 6. Williams 3 for 36. Fulcher 1 for 32 was quite tidy with the ball again. Ravindra and McLaughlin came together and kind of blitzed it towards the end, got them over to a really imposing score. And we didn't really fire a shot. Allen, Phillips and Aswood all getting 17. Cox 17 as well. Mitchell 27 on 21. A few little starts here, no one kicking on. It was just the way it is. Ravindra bowled outstandingly, 3 for 17. 1 for 7 for Denver. 1 for 28 for Johnson. 2 for 25 for Bond. 1 for 26 for McDonald. And it was just a good performance from Wellington. Where does that put us on the standings? Obviously for the one day comp, we're pretty much out of it, I think. Had to probably win all the games to probably sneak through. The T20 comp, very early on, if we can get a win or two today, and just be in contention going into the backstage. We have a very good track record at the 20 over trophy since I took over there. We finished last that year, but Premier League final, win, Premier League final, and runner-up. So we have been not bad in this comp. But without further ado, guys, I'll be back with the team. Before we start, guys, we'll just showcase a few things that have happened over the last week. Obviously, Sutherland's back from injury. Well, he's injured, but he's named the Black Cats. Williams has been called up. Adair and Kay have been picked up by Australian franchises. So Tim Kay, we'll just see how he's gone so far. He's picked up 5 wickets, 3 for 23, and he's picked up another few there for the Sydney side. Really happy for him, just getting some opportunities there, and wonder how Mark Adair's been going too. Wonder if we can get his performances. 2 for 33 and 2 for 25 there. Can we find out who he's been playing for? Brisbane. So he's been given an opportunity there. It's really good to see Mark Adair continuing to be proven a very good overseas signing for us. Just really, really good limited over player. But the team today, guys. We're going to give young Yunus Yusuf a go from Pakistan. Obviously, we picked him with these stats in mind. Going to be taking the place of Adair for a wee while. Hamish Rutherford getting another opportunity here. I think it's Hamish's first game of the season. It is. His batting form's not that great, but just trying to get some players into better form before we pick them. Although Taylor, we're going to actually give Rutherford the time to try and get his form in that back. Taylor will come in. Glenn Phillips at 3, Bruce at 4, Allen at 5, Kelly at 6, Fulcher at 7. A lot of responsibility on him today. Going to give Hall another run. Even though Hall's been horrendously out of form, we just need to start giving him a wee bit more experience probably and see if he can prove himself at the level. Bickerton gets another shot. He had a bit of a rough game last game, but the first 2 games he showed that he had maybe a wee bit of talent. Bickerton, he's got a long way to develop still. 1 for 26, 1 for 6, 1 for 46. But I think he's going to be sort of fully a good cricketer around the 28-29. He's going to be a late bloomer, I think, Bickerton. So it's a few games each season. Try to get him up to that standard and go from there. But that's our team for today, guys, effectively. So it's a bit of a mix and mash team. We need to beat Northern Districts here. Northern Districts have a decent side. Kugelheim, Southey, Henry and Wagner. It's still a pretty good bowling attack. Marva Aves played for us as well. We know how dangerous he can be. Seifert at the top of the order. We can win the toss and possibly on this very terrible start be chasing here. Would be quite handy. I wonder how much of the game will get affected. So Muller into the team today. Rain has stopped play. 40 minutes has been lost. Luckily nothing has happened here. So let's see if we can get into some early wickets. Got over from Duffy. Only 1 off it. It's a good tight start from Otago. Exactly what we wanted. Decent start. Hall into the attack. Still disciplined over. Duffy's going to bowl another one. And we're being rewarded here for good discipline here. Duffy has got the wicket of Tim Seifert. He's got him out for 15 off 20 deliveries. Fielding restrictions now have ended. Now we're going to bring in some spin of Fulcher now. Just going to get the field out. Bowl to a simple plan. Get the spinners involved. Try and clamp them up a bit. Fulcher's a wee bit expensive. Bring in the leggy. It's exciting to see how the leggy will go, actually. Like I said, Bickerton's been developing away for a while now. Just want to give him some opportunities. So he hasn't bowled a bad over. He's conceded 6 singles. Fulcher again. Been a bit expensive today, Fulcher, so we're going to have to try and clamp that up. And Bickerton's taken a wee bit of stick as well. But Bickerton is going to get a wicket as he's trapped Carter for LBW. So good signs that Bickerton is getting some opportunities here. He's been a wee bit expensive there. Both spinners have been, in fact. So let's bring Hall back into the attack. 80 for 2 after 10. Shaw 42 off 28, 6 boundaries, and Graham is just joined him at the crease. Just got to bowl into a good area. Just going to bowl round the wicket, and we're just going to bowl short of a length deliveries here. Just make it a bit different for them to get us away. Got to give Bickerton that confidence as well that he's going to get to his overs, so we'll give him another over. Wasn't a bad over for him. Hall getting it to hoop from around the wicket. He gets a wicket. It's one of his better performances in the Otago jersey. Shaw's put up 50. Bickerton 1 for 27 off his 3. We'll get him out of the attack. We'll bring Fulcher back into the attack. Still a lot to develop for the all-rounder. He may get a rest for the next game just to get a bit of form in that back. Just gradually working him into it. So we're going to come around the wickets. 114 for 3 out of 14. It wasn't a good over again from Fulcher. He's had a tough day at the office. Muller into the attack. Going to bring Muller in for 1 over, and then we'll bring the spinners in for their allotted overs. Short pitch bowling. Try round the wicket too, just to try and keep them restricted a wee bit. 3 overs for dot balls, none for 17 from Muller. And then we'll bring Bickerton in. Bickerton's got his basic field at the moment. We'll get the deliveries and that pitched up, obviously. Hasn't bowled badly in the campaign, Bickerton. He's probably just been itching to go and get an opportunity for the side. He's got Marva Ave out for 17 off 12. Cocker is at the crease now. A decent spell from Bickerton. Even though he went for 9 off that over, it ended up being a pretty tidy one of 2 for 36. His best bowling figures in the grade. Spinners are probably 4 or 5 seasons away. Like they will get their opportunities to develop. It's really hard to develop a spinner in New Zealand. They're going to come around the wicket. Fulcher. It's immediately paid off to Cocker, just changing the angles. He had a really good one-day campaign, Fulcher. I have to say his statistics have been surprisingly good. Like, we're just going to go over his analysis here. 10 wickets at 26 and 53, his highest score at 33 there. So the talent is there for Fulcher, to say the least. He's just got to grasp it with both hands. He's doing a really good job this over, by the way. He's coming in, just getting the ball to get a wee bit of turn. He's got the wicket of Scott Kugelheim. Good delivery, to say the least. Tim Southey now at the crease, and that is a very good over from Fulcher. 2 for 38 off his spell, and the two very experienced pace bowlers coming in now. They've been pretty tidy today. As Duffy has got the wicket of Tim Southey, and the Northern District's innings is sort of just stagnated a wee bit just as the Volks have fought back. Duffy, what an over so far. That's a good Yorker to Henry, and Henry is being trapped LBW, no doubt about that. And Duffy finishes 3 for 27. It was a wee bit expensive in the last few deliveries. 152 for 8. Now Muller to bowl the last. Drew Randall into the shot, and a good delivery from Muller as Northern Districts are 158 for 9 now with 2 deliveries left. Shaw's carried his bat. Wagner's tried to belt one out of the park as typical Wagner style, but it is gone, and that is the innings. 162 after 20 overs. They did 82 in the last 10 overs for 8 loss of wickets. Shaw carried his bat, batted exceptionally well. He's a pretty established cricketer these days, played a wee bit for New Zealand as well. There's a lot of games around the run, just going to see his career. He's played for Kent, Hyderabad. It really helps when you get picked for teams overseas. It really brings the development of players, and I'm hoping that opportunity for K overseas, just talking about him, goes reasonably well for him. So Bangladesh playing New Zealand. Obviously, we have got Sutherland not playing in that game because of injury. Shane Williams is getting another shot too. Good to see his career really take off. His test career started brilliantly. 37 wickets at 17.84. Really good cricketer. And yeah, we'll go from there. We need to win this game. Just got to get into a bit of a rhythm. Yunus Yusuf. Be interesting to see how Yunus goes, actually. We've had a couple of young openers here over the early parts of this career, obviously with Dion Hanrahan, I think around season 2. He's playing for Australia now, by the way. Might have a wee look to see if he has been scoring runs, because they were playing a game at the current time of this. 20 without loss into the 4th. Good shot from Marcus Taylor. He's got a bit of talent, Marcus Taylor. He's a very young player. Yeah, got a score in recent times. Yusuf is gone. Southey's got him. Runnable 11. Glenn Phillips, who was in just sublime form at the start of the season. Got to call out the Black Cats, which was well deserved, and he's looking to push for a case to get himself into the mix for that all formats. It was a really good pickup for us too. Really good pickup. 45 for 1, 118 at 8.4. Yeah, just inviting Taylor to smash that. It's a good shot from Phillips, and a very poor misfield, and that's rolled away for 4. 25 for 24, Taylor. Struggling away here, Taylor, a wee bit though. The run rate has crept up to 9 per over. Bit of discipline from the Northern District's bowlers. Otago have kept some wickets in hand, so they can launch. They do have some exciting hitters to come in. Batting is a wee bit frailer than usual, obviously with Fulcher batting a bit higher. Really would have loved Mark Adair into the team today. This adds so much with the bowling and the bat in these formats. It's decent over for Phillips, 16 off it so far. It's taken a wee bit of pressure off. 80 for 1 after 10. They were 80 for 2 after 10 Northern Districts. The game on relatively even keel. It's going to be a very close finish, I think. If Glenn Phillips can bat a wee bit and bat well, we will get close here. At least Taylor's hung round. He's got to get his strike rate above 100, though. That's what I'm concerned with. He's chewing up all these deliveries. We don't really want him doing that. It's played a miss. 33 off 39 for Taylor. 45 off 22 for Phillips. And Taylor's sort of misfiring innings has come to an end, and we're going to bring up Finn Allen to the order. Finn Allen is a destructive batsman, so we need him to sort of belt a few. Trying to. 94 runs at 9.1. It's still manageable for us, but we need a few big overs again. Need a quick couple fire cameos. Make sure we get this win here. It's a good shot from Allen. Good clean hit for 4. It's a good over. Taking a bit of pressure off. The Districts had been building it. 49 runs at 8.1. 6 overs left. It's a good shot from Phillips. That will bring up 50. Well batted. A lot of experience now, Glenn Phillips. I think he's 29 in this save. That's the wicket of Allen for 15. 119 for 3 after 15. It's going to be close, this game. Like, we're not getting there that easy. A lot of experience, though. That's the key. For us, it's a decent over. And Tom Bruce has made it a decent over. 8, 9, 10, 12, 13 off it. 31 off 24 for the Volts. Just rocks onto the back foot, Glenn Phillips. The diving fielder gets a... stops it a wee bit, but doesn't stop it completely. And that's another big over. Phillips controlling this chase. 19 off 18. Tom Bruce is gone, but a decent cameo of 14 off 9, so he's done his part. Kelly's immediately hit Kudeline for 4, and that is putting us into the box seat, effectively. 4 off 3. Come on, got to get home. Good shots from Fulcher. 150 up for Otago. And that's a big miscue. That is going to be out. Fulcher out for 4 off 2. Now the test is for Phillips to get the team home. It's a good over. A bit of a leading edge from Hall, but he has put Otago in the box seat. Glenn Phillips has guided Otago home. Pretty composed figure. 70 off 39, 10 fours, 1 6. He had support from Taylor, who struggled, but that struggle innings really helped. Good cameos from Finn Allen and Tom Bruce. And Otago win, more importantly, by 4 wickets. See if Dion Hanarahan has been playing. He has been. Former Otago player. Very good career, to say the least. But yeah, needed that win. We are tied with Auckland now. A lot of games have been washed out, like in this comp too. Bit of rain round. Our next game is against top of the table Auckland, so really looking forward to bringing you guys this fixture. Sutherland is back from injury. I don't know if Fred's available for us though. Yeah, he's pretty much picked up for that. So we're going to come back with the team, guys. We bit of change to the batting lineup today as we strive to get another win in this 20 over competition. So Phillips and Allen been reshuffled to try and get us that quick start. Taylor has moved to 3. Hamish Rutherford at 4. Just with a wee bit of form in his last few games, 47, 28 and 54, I thought Hamish Rutherford would be a good steady 4 for us. 5 Bruce, 6 Kelly. Daryl Mitchell coming in just to give time to Fulcher, just to get a wee bit of form in that back. He's, as mentioned, he's started off the campaign reasonably well, Fulcher, but just got to nurture that talent, you know what I mean? Just make sure he's in tip-top form before he gets picked. Kitson's going to get a game. Bickerton will continue to develop his craft in the 20 over competition. With 13 overs under his belt, 5 wickets at 22.8, he's made a respectful start. Muller, 145 overs, 58 wickets. Duffy, 142 wickets. There's a lot of experience, a lot of wicket takers in that team still. But yeah, let's see how well we go. We're going to swap, obviously, Duffy there. Put Duffy up to around 9. So be interesting to see how we go in this game. So they have Shahidi, Robbie O'Donnell. Got some good players in that team. Bowling's a bit weak though, just looking at that. 3 all-rounders and Hopper as their main. So pitch has got a wee bit of turn on it as well. Good for Bickerton to see what he can do for us. We're going to bowl first. We're a really good team that likes to chase. Let's see if we can get some early strikes. Going to go back of a length here. Just going to change that up. Very expensive over from Muller so far, but he has picked up the wicket of Thompson, who had bouted him for a couple of fours. This man here is an incredibly good T20 player. 12 50s, 300s, played all around the world. Hashmatullah Shahidi. Duffy, he'll bowl probably just in the centre there. I think we'll get it up a wee bit. Duffy was a good over too from him. Muller, even though he's been expensive, he's got the 2 danger men out that could have got the innings off to a flyer, but set at Auckland are finding themselves 22 for 2 after 3. 28 for 2 after 4. Duffy going for another 6. That's a good over. Kitson into the attack. Mitchell's going to have to try and get through 4 overs, which is a challenge for him these days, obviously with... Obviously, with him being a bit older now, like his bowling has declined, but he's going to have to play a role today. As Kitson gets a wicket, early wicket for him. Get his confidence in that going. 32 for 3 after 5. Very good disciplined bowling so far from the Volts. Duffy goes for another 6 runs of his overs. Now the question is, can Bickerton get into the game? He's been brought in early just to establish himself. Get some turn in that, hopefully. 1 over for 5. Very disciplined. Right, get Mr. Daryl Mitchell into the attack and see if Daryl can hold disciplined enough spell. He's been expensive again. Decent over from young Bickerton, and Daryl Mitchell is going to get a wicket. So good work from Daryl Mitchell. He's just been a very handy guy just to call in every now and then. His numbers don't necessarily tell a story. He chips in here and there for us. Bickerton. Good over from Bickerton. 3 overs, number 14. It's been a tidy enough spell. I'm happy with that. Even though he took no wickets, none for 19 off 4 is exceptional in the T20 game for me. And he'll probably get rotated, probably out of the team just for a while now. He's had the experience that I wanted him to get this season. So let's go from there. Kitson, a wee bit expensive. Muller into the attack. 96 for 4 after 15. Otago have really put the brakes on in this innings. Just when Auckland looked like they were going to launch again, Muller picks up another wicket. It's been exceptional in this comp so far, Muller. 104 for 5 after 16. 2-6 for 5. It's Auckland trying to mount some sort of decent total. Like Otago will be wanting to take this game as well, just put himself in a strong position. 53 or 46 for Robbie O'Donnell. Is pretty much Paul Wright is on debut. Kitson, super expensive over. That's what you expect when teams are hitting out. He's picked up another one. He's got 3 for in the game. 3 for 39 off his 4. Jacob Duffy's bowled pretty disciplined throughout this game. Went for 11. That's not too bad. 147 for 7. Keeping them under 150. We're giving ourselves a shot. So good jobs from Muller. Kitson did alright, even though it was expensive. Tidy from Bickerton. That's what we like to see. 5 wickets at 26.6. But yeah, now it's time. He's had 5 games at the level now, just to go back and obviously work away at second 11 level now, and he might get a Plunkett Shield game again or something. Take a wee while to develop him. Anyhow, like the destructive 2, Allen and Phillips at the top of the order. Can these 2 just take this game by the scruff of the neck and take these guys out of the game completely? Hopper into the attack. Good shots. It's 4 runs from Finn Allen. Hasn't had a score for a while, Finn Allen, so we'll be looking to get one. 25 without loss. Oh, Finn Allen, unfortunately, doesn't get going. He's out for 11 off 9. Brings Marcus Taylor to the crease. Really struggled in the last game. He's started okay here. Just worked a single and then hooked one away for 4. Good shot. That's a beautiful pickup off the legs for 43 for 1. Finds the gap. Luckily, I thought that was just sailing to a fielder there, just the way it had been hit. No ball 6. That's a bad a bad misjudgment of length from Hampton. And effectively, that's a free hit anyway. Try to bash at Phillips, which is understandable. 56 for 1 after 5. 62 runs needed at 6.1. 9 wickets in hand. It's got to work the singles, get the odd boundary here and there as well, and more importantly, just get higher up on the table and give ourselves a shot at making the final 3 in that again. Good shot from Phillips. 4-3-4. What a good over this has been so far. Michael Rippin's getting absolutely targeted. 15 off 4 deliveries now, and that is a magnificent over. 73 for 1 after 6. 75 runs at 5.3 now. Glenn Phillips is showing all his class, all his T20 experience, and plays all around the world, bouting them to all parts. 48 of 21. Taylor just doing his job now. It's got a wee flick. Beats the diving fielder. That's 4. Good shot from Taylor. It's played a really around all the wicket here. Just a couple of lovely shots. 39-24, and Phillips is 1 away from a very compiled 50. Otago looking good here. It's a beautiful drive, well fielded too. But at the end of the day, Phillips is continuing on what he did last game and showing why he should be considered for the Black Caps. Just incredible form at the moment. 105 for 1 after 10 overs, and he's been well supported by his young friend in Marcus Taylor. It's a good shot from Marcus Taylor. Rocks off the back foot. Back foot drive for 4. Plays and misses. All-time record partnership for Taylor and Phillips against Auckland. Both men on 51. It's working it round now. Oh, that's been a pretty good over to that point from Chapman, but another 6 from Phillips. 125 for 1 after 12. 23 at 2.8. This has been very convincing from the Otago side. Don't need to do anything risky here. Just get required run rates. Trying to finish it early still, all the same. Just to get that net run rate just a little bit better than what it is. Played and edged effectively. 4 off the over so far, off 4 deliveries. As Taylor gets one down to that 3rd man area and finds the boundary. Rain has stopped play. 43 minutes lost. Doesn't matter anyway. The result is not in doubt, really. It's good shots. It's a tight run, though, and got there comfortably in the end. The keeper was a bit slow reacting, too. Like, everything happened there. 5 required at 1 per over. It's a boundary early in the over. This should be at this over. We should be sailing to the result. That is brilliant. Brilliant batting from Phillips and Taylor. Record partnership for the 2nd wicket. 65 of 36 for Phillips. 7 fours, 2 sixes. 69 of 50 for Taylor. 10 fours, 1 6. And very convincing indeed. And New Zealand win quite convincingly in that game. Did our friend Williams get a few wickets? 2 for 67. And he picked up 1 for 16. So pretty happy with that. And that puts us at top of the table going into the next part of the T20 competition. We will play a few games offline. You guys will be back for the Canterbury and Auckland games, just to see where we're at, if we're going to be in playoffs or not. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that episode. Keep joining the Discord. We've got an amazing cricket community in there now. We're just trying to post up results, get threads and that going. We'll see you again next time for another Otago Volts Career Mode episode.